What are today's top talent leaders doing to be different? That's the question we set out to answer at the Recruiting Innovation Summit. For 2 days, we podcasted live at the Chatterworks booth to ask the question, what are you doing different? This is the Talent Shift.
Hello, this is William Tincup and Ryan Leary. Ryan, how you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
You are wonderful.
We're still here.
We are still here.
It's our final interview.
Nope, we got one more.
One more.
So, Eddie, how are you doing?
Edie.
Edie? Eddie. Duh.
You know, I
See,
go both ways. Okay.
Don't ever say that. Don't ever say that again to me. Wrong. When people say I'm curious, my automatic reaction to that, are you bi-curious? And it's just like this shock that comes over them. Like, I don't know how to answer that and not offend someone.
Oh, boy.
So
I gave a talk this morning, and I was talking about the importance of being curious.
Oh, there you go.
bi-curious. Very good.
Curious about what? What was it? Tell us about your...
In general?
I think that today, you know, whatever skills we have are maybe not going to be as important tomorrow. So being curious about learning new things and constantly learning. I was talking about my personal mantra, which is always be learning. That is how you, exactly. That's how you stay relevant. And I think that with technology changing as quickly as it is today, people need to be curious and they need to explore.
Did you ever watch Glengarry Glen Ross?
Yeah, of course.
So ABC, always be closing.
Always be closing.
Mm-hmm.
Always be
but
learning.
always be learning.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
More of a positive.
Yeah.
Especially that movie. I've recently rewatched it gone, man, that's some dark. Very, very dark
I'm
content.
not the salesperson. That's not my thing.
No, I get the bit. So what's been the conference so far? So first of all, you had a session. Fantastic. How was it received?
It seemed like it was received really well. I knew that it was going to be a stretch, really talking about innovating in recruiting, kind of lead to some of the conversation that we're going to have today.
Sure.
But, there were a lot of pictures being taken on the screen. People couldn't wait for copies of the slides, I guess. But I think it went over well.
How often do you speak?
Quite often.
Quite often?
Yes.
Do you read the feedback?
Absolutely.
Really?
I'm a lover of feedback. We were talking about the fact that we're both on the advisory board of Engagedly, right? One of my other deep areas of expertise is performance management.
Okay.
And I believe that feedback is really important. It's how we learn and grow. And so I think feedback is huge.
You and I are opposites. And
he does not like feedback.
No.
He likes negative feedback.
Yeah. So feedback, and I built a feedback model for myself, not for anybody else. Feedback comes in 4 forms. It's either positive or negative. It's either solicited or unsolicited.
Correct.
I don't want anything that's positive because I already know. Second, I don't want anything unsolicited. If I haven't asked you, it means I don't respect you.
Ooh.
If I respect you and I solicit your feedback, I'm listening. I'm open. So I delete all feedback as a matter of practice. And I've spoken at a lot of conferences. And when they send me the feedback, I just delete the email.
Oh, interesting.
I don't even look at it.
Now, some of that feedback is not fair and biased, and I understand that.
Yeah. And I curse.
Oh.
And I wear jeans, T-shirts, and like today I'm wearing sweats. So, I don't care about people's social mores and norms and shit like that. Like, fuck them. I'm going to get up and say truths, and you're either going to like that or not. And then, oh, by the way, that's you, not me.
Right.
Because I said it. Now you have to then consume it and then do whatever you want with it. I don't give a shit.
You can take it or leave it.
Yeah, I've said it.
Right.
So again, kind of a different approach. Some people want to be liked. They want to be, they want their content to be received, and they want the warmth of the audience.
I want to inspire.
Yeah.
I don't want, it's not about, for me, being liked. I want to turn on light bulbs.
Yeah.
I want people I want to make people think differently. I want people to scratch their heads when I'm talking to them
That's
and
a given.
think,
For me, that's a
never
given.
thought about that.
I'm going to make it hurt. So when I talk, I'm going to actually make you think. I'll force you to think and think differently and make your brain hurt. I don't give a shit if you do anything with it or not. If you come up to me afterwards or not, I did the bit. I've already done the bit. I moved on. I'm on to the next thing, whatever the new thing is. And so I do a lot of content when I speak. I don't speak as often as I used to. Choose not to travel. And so it's like, I'll do the bit. And once I'm done, I don't think about it again. Like I've done that bit. It's like an improv comedy.
Right.
In some ways. It's like I did the improv comedy bit and I'm on to the next city. And the next city has a different audience and I'm going to do a different bit. So it's just every speaker, I think anybody that's in front of the public.
Right. And
goes about this
I know
differently.
you do a lot of speaking on tech
Mm-hmm.
and what's happening in the tech world. And I would say a lot of my speaking is I write books.
Right.
And so a lot of my speaking is on whatever that topic might be.
Yeah. Try to break it down.
And so I have a message that I'm trying to.
You want them to consume.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get that. That's fair. Again, especially with books, less so with just topical stuff.
Yeah.
If you got a book, you're promoting both the book and you want them to consume. I think we get interested so much to then say, I want to know more about this.
Right.
Yeah, that checks. That checks for me.
And for me, kind of my personal mission is changing the way we work
Right.
so that it works for a modern organization. And so that influence
Right.
is important to me.
So friends with Lori Rudman and Jennifer McClure just years ago, we're talking about this very subject, actually. And they were amazed or fascinated that I didn't look at the feedback. I'm like, yeah, don't care. But they were talking, well, the feedback we get. I'm like, I have no idea what's feedback. Our shoes or what clothes we wear.
Yes.
I'm like, no, you don't. Like, I didn't believe them.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't believe, like, they're friends. And so they could be, joking. They were not joking.
Yeah.
Literally, Jennifer McClure, like, pulled up a bunch of different feedback forms that she had and let me read them. I'm like, they're talking about your jacket.
It's
like,
insane.
The jacket that you wear.
That's crazy.
And then we got into, gender after that. We was like, I don't know, because I don't look at them. I don't know if I would ever if anyone's ever said anything about what I wear. Hey, I don't care, but is it different? And Lori was like, absolutely different. Women are judged not just on what they say or how they say it, but what they wear.
I will say I'm wearing a bright yellow jacket today, and I got a lot of positive comments that the look was awesome, but it matters more what I say and what I'm talking about than how I look.
I'm wearing a Super Mario Brothers t-shirt.
No one's ever said to me, your hoodie looks fantastic.
That's a great hoodie.
Yeah.
Great.
No one's
absolutely,
ever said that.
Actually, your shorts are fantastic. No one's ever said that to me. I'm wearing sweats. I could be in pajamas right now. I don't care.
But we're on a podcast and nobody would really know. So
but
wear what you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like even the audience, coming by and hanging out, they would. That's first of all.
You also have a reputation. And I'm not talking about the bad reputation of all the cursing. But when you're a known entity, you get to do you.
There's a little bit of latitude and a little bit of expectation.
Yeah.
That it's okay. We
expect you to cuss and wear Super Mario Brothers shirt.
I've gotten to that place in life where it's like I've made the audience then bend to my poor behaviors. So, all right, we got some questions to ask.
Okay.
What are these questions, Ryan?
We want to use these questions today?
I think we do.
All right.
She's planned for these questions, Ryan. Come on.
What are the best recruiters doing today to stand out?
A couple of things. And I made a joke at the beginning of my last session because we're in Vegas about who was taking the over and under about how long it would take for me to say AI. It was apparently, the over-under was 2 minutes, and I think I did over. So I think that was pretty good. But I talked about being curious when we first started talking, right? I think recruiters need to be curious about what they could do with AI. I think running from it scared or putting your head in the sand is not going to solve the problem here. We've had a lot of conversation. I know the popular line is AI is not coming for your job. The person who knows how to use AI is coming for your job.
Yeah.
So they need to get curious, to learn about the technology, to experiment, and to figure out how to improve what they do by leveraging the technology that we have available today. So the first part of my answer is they've got to adopt technology.
It now goes to have to, rather than nice to have, need to have. It's moved over to, it's become a must have is a great way. Yeah.
And if they don't, it's their fault.
It's a choice.
It's a choice. Absolutely.
It's a choice. Yeah. And we've had conversations, just before we got on, where different generations ran into every generation, ran into some shit that precluded them from doing something else. So it's kind of like, just, you got to get out there and do it. No, you can't feel sorry.
You can go back through the history of the world.
It's all the same.
And it's all the same in the sense of a new advancement comes, it gets dropped in your lap. You either choose to go with the advancement
or not. Yeah.
And in Native American or Indian societies, basically, they call that progressivism versus traditionalism. So the two words actually mean something with tribes, where traditionalism is, I want to do things like my grandfather and my grandmother. And progressivism is culture is more of an hourglass. New things come in, old things drop out. And so they're open to taking new ideas. Yeah. So you have the polls, again, extreme
either
polls.
take the new ideas or fail.
Right.
That's what
fax machine, the internet, software over the internet. Like you go through a jillion of these different scenarios through the history of the world.
But of course, with every technology that's come along, people have said, it's going to disrupt the world and everything's going to change. And then you know what? Not that much change, but you do need to understand and figure out how to leverage that. But this traditionalism versus progressivism gets to my kind of second point around that, which is if people think we're going to continue hiring and attracting talent in the way that we have in the past, they are going to lose.
Dinosaurs.
Because Gen Z, they're not interested in working for the man. They all want to be like you guys, or a woman, but they all want to be self-employed, right? They all want to work as contractors. This is a little bit of what I was talking about earlier today. And so some of the people with the best technical skills, they can write their own ticket.
Yep.
And you're never going to hire them.
Never.
So if you want them
or you
to
have
solve
to hire
your
them in
business
a different
problem,
way.
you got to bring them on as contractor.
Right.
You got to hire them on their terms. So this world of work and how we get the talent that we need to execute on our business strategy is changing.
Right.
And talent acquisition has got to figure out new strategies because the old strategies do not get the same results.
Ryan, we forgot something?
What do we forget?
Introductions.
The introduction.
Who is this woman that I'm talking to?
Because I said Eddie, and you're
not
like
Eddie.
Yeah,
it's not Edie.
So, Edie,
can you introduce yourself?
Would you do us a favor? You've been listening for the last 8 minutes. Oh, by the way, this is the woman you've been listening to.
We could cut this and put it in the beginning, but we're going to let it go.
We're good.
We're going to let it go.
Eddie, introduce yourself.
You called her Eddie again.
I know, I did it on purpose.
Did it on purpose. Edie Goldberg. So I'm the founder and president of E.L. Goldberg & Associates. Super creative name, but 100%. I figured if I called it like human capital this or talent that, it was just going to become out of fashion fast, whereas my name would never become out of fashion. But I started my own consulting practice over 25 years ago.
Right.
Before that, I was with Towers Parent. I was a global thought leader in the human capital practice. Remember them? That's how you know how long ago I worked for them. They were Towers Parent.
I know exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. I think they were a good company. I never worked for them.
cobbler's children. But we won't get into all that. But yes, I left at a time where they decided that they were going to get out a lot of human capital things.
Right.
And so they actually encouraged me and let me start my own business and take some of my clients with me, which they sorely regretted later.
Right. Fair.
But it was a great time.
Right.
And it worked out for me. I've, never really looked back. But now I have this kind of portfolio career.
Right.
I'm a talent strategy consultant. I advise HR tech companies. I'm a limited partner in a venture capital fund. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. I do a lot of different things.
What is it? What's the fund? Which one is it? If you can talk about it.
Yeah, it's called How Women Invest. We actually invest in female founders, and I'm the subject matter expert for everything that's HR tech.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's, first of all, there's so few female. I mean, if people actually really did the stats on all the work tech plays and how many of them are female, it's in the single digits.
Yeah, and that is why the fund exists, is that we need to support more women. I mean, we're major influencers in how money gets spent.
You're the audience.
Yeah, we're the audience.
I mean, just in the demographics that we've seen at the conference, right? At least 70-30.
Yeah.
Right? And look at the booth.
Sure. Yeah.
It's a bunch of sausage. It's a bunch of dudes. Right? So it's like, okay, where are we missing? This is where we're missing.
Yeah. So I've done work and supported some female founders.
That's awesome.
Who were innovating in the HR tech space. So
that's cool.
I think it's really important.
Yeah. It's a way to give back too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So final question, at least from say for me. And I'm going to take your question. So you're here at the conference, at our Recruiter Innovation Summit conference. What is it that you're expecting to get out of this? What are you looking to walk away with?
This is a little unfair because I'm a speaker, so I came in to do my deal, and then I'm going.
I don't care what other people think. I don't want no feedback.
Well, I'm curious of the vendors around the room and what people are pitching.
Right.
It's been the conversations that I've had around the table about what's the problem that people are coming here that's on their mind that they need to solve. And I'm really expecting to hear these days a lot of, we're not hiring or, and I haven't really heard that, but it is about, we're trying to tap into skills and we're having a hard time finding them. And people are very curious about the technology that's coming along. And I was actually really worried because my session was up against like some AI, tech, big session. But hopefully people
it never plays out
things.
Like you think like that. Because I had one at IREM. This is years ago, way before COVID. And I was against the chair of IREM, Jason Aberbrook, and Josh Person.
Yeah.
Me. It was the last
you were
session.
Against them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
I was against them. And so basically I'm like, okay, no one's going to be here. All right, that's cool. I'll go get a cup of coffee. So I just leave my room. I'm like, I wouldn't even attend my session. So I leave, go get a cup of coffee. I come back in. I'm like 5 minutes late. Room's packed.
Oh, shit.
Room's packed and there's standing room. Like people are standing. And I just walk in.
Well, maybe because I've heard Josh Person 15 times.
Yeah. Well, there's that.
And by the way, I wrote a book called The Inside Gig, and he talks about it all the time. He wrote the foreword to my book.
That's nice.
And he talks about it all the time.
So I walk in like with my coffee, my Starbucks. So they know that I've left to go get coffee. I come in, I get up on stage, I get the mic. I'm like, how's everybody doing? Everybody doing all right? Let's talk about implementations. Let's get into it. Let's go. But I thought to myself, being up against, especially those three, who the hell would show it to my session? Last session of the second day in Orlando.
You never know.
Never know.
You never know.
I had a session at Oklahoma SHRM 100 years ago, and it was a 7 a.m. session on the second day.
Yeah, I don't show up to those.
Yeah.
I'm not a morning.
And they had 4 tracks. So I'm like, dude, if you don't want me to come to your conference, just say no. We're cool. Like, why would you put me there?
And you're shocked at how many people show up because SHRM people are that way.
They're there
SHRM
to
people are
learn.
that way. They showed up. I had a full room.
So, to be fair,
that's insane.
I'm the immediate past chair of the SHRM Foundation. So
Oh, cool.
I do know that SHRM people show up
They do.
anytime.
They do.
They show up
They
to
do.
learn.
They do. All right. Last question for me is, look at Ryan. Ryan is 22 years old in this scenario.
No,
Okay.
He's actually 58 too, but he's 22. And you're interviewing him for a job for your company, and either in an office or Starbucks, whatever. It's an in-person interview. And during the
And
interview,
it's not AI. This is great. We're
It's
doing
in
well
person.
so far.
Yeah,
Okay.
in person.
and he picks up his phone mid-interview, mid-question or whatever, and he does something on his phone. He's
Just playing with it.
can't see what he's doing, but he's doing something on his phone while talking to you. What are you doing?
So I'm a psychologist. I think you have ADHD, but I end the interview.
I'm 0 for 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe
If you can't pay attention to an interview, how are you going to pay attention to my customer, my employee, my whatever
Mhm.
at a time that's so important?
I'm not even going to argue this one. I'm just going to let you.
the
talk
counter
in a
the
second.
counter position could be that he's 22. He's had a cell phone since he was in the womb. He uses a cell phone all day, every day. And we're putting them in an unnatural act, an unnatural position for them, an untenable position in some ways. Why are we expecting them to behave like we behaved?
Well, as I started with, I'm a psychologist. I think he has ADHD,
No.
which I think these technologies have certainly
It
furthered.
hadn't helped.
But it's focus.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at behavioral qualities.
Right.
And to me, the behavior is a lack of focus.
Okay. So is that a bias?
Well, it certainly would depend on what the job is.
Okay.
So if his job entailed him being completely on top of his computer
Right.
or phone,
Yeah.
24, like I don't laugh. I mean, I'm not a young woman. I am the world's most responsive person. If you send me an email, you will get a response
Zero
very
inbox?
quickly. I am attached.
Yes.
And I think it's really important for my brand image, if you will, that I'm responsive to my customers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I am unusually connected,
No.
I would say.
I'm right there with you, even on vacations,
But
even on the weekend.
context matters, I think. And I think that there are times to be completely connected and there are times not. And I get what you're saying.
What if they can stay with you?
So again,
Being a
I
psychologist.
am a psychologist.
So you don't believe that people can multitask?
No, that is a myth.
That's where you're going to go with
in
that.
fact,
Yeah.
my dissertation was in cognitive psychology. So.
Oh my God! Yeah. So you know more about it than most of our guests.
I don't even. It's not even a multitasking thing for me. It's just a respect out of
But see,
the
that's
conversation.
get off my lawn stuff. I don't like that.
Care.
I don't like this respect. Who defines respect? You define respect?
You're in the interview.
Well, okay. So for the same thing, I had an issue with a client of mine, was a head of HR.
Yeah.
And the complaint from her team was whenever they came in to talk to her about an issue, she would multitask. She would take a phone call from a executive, which I kind of understand.
Yeah, fair enough.
But she
CEO
would be
called.
checking her email.
Yeah.
She wasn't listening to people. And
but
it was
what if you
quite clear.
what if you can listen?
You can't.
I have 3 degrees, and I was never listening, and I always got great grades. I was in the room,
Right.
doodling, actually making art.
You might have a photographic memory. I mean, there are other tools
Pretty
that
good memory.
helped you be successful in that context.
In the situation
I'm definitely on the spectrum.
of a job interview, you're in the job.
Do you agree with me? Did you?
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
He's
I
out of the
think
10 people we've asked today, all 10 has said he's crazy.
Yeah. Well, and that doesn't mean you're crazy. That just means 10 people have a different opinion. The point is understanding.
That sounds like
That's how you take
justification
off.
What
right
time
there.
is he wrong?
That's the way to take a loss and make it a win right there, baby. Passion fruit. But it's one of those things. I think Kathy yesterday had the best answer. Is he would give them the benefit of the doubt. So wouldn't make like Melissa at Ford. She's like, I end the interview. Like I just get up and go. And Ryan's the same way. So it's not just her.
I don't think I'd end it. I would.
I might say, is there something going on that you need to be paying attention to?
That's what Glenn said. He goes, I'm going to give him the benefit.
That's it.
It could be elderly person.
Wife could be having a baby, or
Yeah,
right,
100%.
you could be
You don't
taking
know.
care of an elderly parent.
That you don't know what's going on in their life, right?
Yeah.
So why make assumptions?
Right.
His bit was, I'm going to consent. Like, okay, I'm going to be curious. I'm going to ask him, like, hey, what's going on? Are you okay? You know, this, that, and the other. And if they're just playing, you know, video games or something like that, something on Discord or whatever, yeah, okay, then you need to end the interview. But if it was something serious, he'd be like, man, take some time. I'll go use the restroom. Do you?
I don't disagree with that.
Right. Because
framework.
life happens, right? And it's not always the most convenient times to get certain calls.
But what we're talking about, they're just on the phone.
Yeah. Yeah, they're on their phone. They pick up their phone while we're talking, and they're staying with you.
You think they appear to be staying with you.
I'm pretty sure I could stay with you as I'm doing this bit.
Fine. But they could say, if it was something important, they say, excuse me, I have to, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
that's also that's also the generation, though.
Yeah.
Now you're getting into some stuff that they haven't been taught that necessarily.
That's a parenting issue.
Could be. Or societal expectations. You know? I don't know if it's right or wrong. I know that they've had phones since day one. And it's attached. Better, worse.
I certainly think they're better at it. They're more agile.
Right.
But this whole concept of multitasking is just a
I'm right there
farce.
with you. Yeah. Well, it's well researched.
Yeah.
That it is just basically and really what it is, it's the spectrum of well. So can you chew bubble gum, rub your tummy, and pat yourself on the hat or the head?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
I've done it.
I've done it too. So, you know, you can roll your tongue like, okay, you can do these things, but can you do considerable tasks?
Right.
Well, simultaneously. That's where it all breaks down.
Right. It's cognitive load.
Right. You've got to, again, it's got to point to something. And it's not well to then be able to point to 2, 3, 5, 10 things at the same time.
Yeah.
And do it well, especially complex processing. So I know that people were going to answer that way. The gal that was here before you, or with you, Danielle, she's a Gen Z expert. That's what she studies. And she's she's 26.
Yeah.
So she's Gen Z. And we asked her that question. And she said, I didn't end the interview.
Really?
It's just courtesy and
Out of the
respect.
one
Courtesy and
person that I thought would say yes, she's like, no, it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
I'm like,
But I agree. It is disrespectful. I mean, that being kind of...
There's always context. Excuse yourself and go handle it.
Yeah. No, I think it's fair.
Don't play Tetris.
And I've been in meetings with somebody saying, my wife is expecting, so if my phone rings,
if it
I
vibrates,
have to take it.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, yes,
100%.
please.
I worked
Excited for you.
interned at the Smithsonian. I did a bunch of internships at the Smithsonian, but one of them was with the National Museum of the American Indian. And the CEO of the museum, Southern Cheyenne, his name was Richard Hill. He would do group meetings, team meetings, where he would bring all of his mail to the meeting. I'm not shitting you. He'd bring his mail. He's like, all right, let's go around the table. Let's talk a little bit about what everybody's doing, blah, blah, blah. And he would have a trash can right next to him. And he just opened his mail, you know, like the old
Letter opener.
Right. He'd open up the mail, and people were talking, and he'd look at it, and he'd just throw it away. And you know, there's a stack out of every meeting.
I could never work for someone like that.
That's
I loved
hysterical.
him. I fucking loved him. I thought it was awesome. Because I'm like, you got mail. You got to deal with it at one point. Like, when else would you deal with it? And then, inevitably at the end of the meeting, there'd be this little stack over here.
The important things.
Of the important things, all this other bullshit. And he got his mail done. I'm like, okay. But was he listening? Was he actually in those?
Was he in the conversation?
Yeah. He could hear, but was he actually consuming what was there, and even what wasn't being said? That's one of my favorite Texas sayings is from a guy named Clay Calloway, and one of my brother's dearest friends. He says, "I hear what you're not saying."
Oh,
yeah. And he also busted me one time with, I know what I know. I don't know what you know. I'm like, damn, that's wicked.